Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brooke, but you guys might know me as Miss Meatless Muscle, and today I'm going to be showing you my vegan fitness grocery haul from my favorite grocery store ever, Sprouts. Now, I have all of my goodies here, but before I get into it, let's go ahead and go to Sprouts, and I'm going to show you exactly what I get. Okay guys, we are on the way to Sprouts. I want to give a special shout out to Meatless Muscle Mom today. She is being my chauffeur and my videographer. She's helping me help you guys with your vegan grocery haul. So yes, those are not my baby dolls in the background. But they are along for the ride, and they are going to be helping with our vegan fitness grocery haul. So we're about to pull into Sprouts, and I will show you guys everything that I got. Yum, a Sheen date. Isn't that good? Tell I like these. This is the best chocolate.
I was gonna say, you should show what you're getting.
Okay, so I've got all my goodies here, and I'm gonna break it down for you guys. So first of all, disclaimer, this is by no means everything that I eat in a week. I do have some food still left over from my previous grocery trip last weekend. So this is not everything, but typically things that I usually buy when I go to Sprouts. So why don't we start with veggies? I got some spaghetti squash. I love spaghetti squash. It is such a good high volume food. It's very low calorie. So you can really eat a lot of spaghetti squash for very low calories. And I love making like a tofu Alfredo and putting that on top. It's just a really good way to stay full, stay satiated when you're in a calorie deficit. So next I have some zucchini. Again, zucchini, really great, high volume, low calorie food. I'll do a lot of things with this. Sometimes I even just slice it up and eat it when I'm in prep and I'm really, really hungry. It's actually really good with some hot sauce. Don't judge me for that one. When you're hungry enough, you'll eat some zucchini with hot sauce too. So yeah, love zucchini, one of my favorite vegetables, and this is a very gut-friendly vegetable as well. I also got some baby carrots. Baby carrots are one of my favorite snacks when I'm in prep. Of course, I still weigh them because they do have calories and they are a little bit higher on the glycemic index. So definitely weigh your baby carrots, but this is a really great snack with like hummus, or sometimes I'll bake them and throw them in the oven. A really good way to just add a little bit more veggies and a little bit more color to your meals. Mushrooms, absolutely love mushrooms. Mushrooms are a great source of vitamin D as well. And I do all sorts of things with mushrooms. Mostly I throw them in with some other veggies like peppers, which I already have, green beans, broccoli, and just make like a big giant veggie stir fry. Again, a low calorie, high volume food. So I make sure I always have a lot of veggies on hand and a lot of veggies in my meals. Okay, so moving right along, I'll also throw out my fruits that I got. Mostly right now, since I'm in prep, I'm sticking to berries because berries are a little bit lower in sugar, a little bit lower in calories. So I got some fresh strawberries. You can eat a ton of strawberries for very little calories. And I got some organic blueberries. I really have been impressed with this brand, Hippie Organics. Almost every time I go to Sprouts, these are really good and they have a ton of flavor. So I'll just put these either in my morning oat bran bowl or in a smoothie, sometimes just with some vegan yogurt. So I definitely eat a lot of berries. Okay, so now for some healthy fat sources, I got the Sprouts brand organic garlic hummus. Again, this is great with my baby carrots. Right now I'm using this as like a salad dressing on my salads. It just adds a little bit of like creaminess to it, makes you feel a little bit more full and satiated. The fat in the hummus sits with you a little bit longer, so it's a really good alternative to a salad dressing. And of course, avocados. Oh my gosh, would it be a vegan grocery haul without avocados? This is one of my favorite fat sources. My fats are getting pretty low right now, so I don't know how much avocado I'll get to eat every day. But nonetheless, I still got them and I'm hoping I can still work it in. I usually try to get some that are pretty green so they last me throughout the week, and then some that are more ready to eat. Okay, so now for carbohydrate, I got some couscous. I have tons of rice. I have tons of sushi rice, tons of oats. So this was the only carb that I actually needed to restock on. I absolutely love couscous. It's low calorie, has tons of nutrients in it. It's really a superfood, and it's really great on salads or with tofu or any of your other favorite dishes. Absolutely love couscous. And this Bob's Red Mill, the tricolor pearl, is by far the best couscous that I've bought ever. Okay, so I'm gonna count this as a carbohydrate, even though it does have some protein. It's only 8 grams of protein, but this is a really awesome cereal. It's called 3 Wishes. I got the cinnamon flavor. This is such an awesome brand. I'll read you the ingredients. It's super simple. It's just chickpeas, tapioca starch, pea protein, organic cane sugar, cinnamon, salt, and monk fruit extract. That's it. That's all that's in this cereal. So if you're craving cereal, and I love cereal, and you need something sweet, something to kill your sweet tooth, this is a really good option. So 1 cup is only 130 calories and it's 8 grams of protein. Not a ton of protein, but you could pair this with like a soy milk, for example, to add a little bit more protein. Then you would be at about 16 grams for a cup of this and a cup of soy milk. But this is another really good little option, little snack food. I think Walmart also carries this, but so far I just have been able to find it at Sprouts. Okay, so some snacky foods. I absolutely am obsessed with this chocolate, Gatsby chocolate. You guys may have seen this in my What I Eat in a Day videos, but I love these because they're low calorie and they're clean ingredients, totally vegan. You can have this entire bar for 180 calories. That's crazy because usually most dark chocolates, I would say about either a third or a half of the bar is 180. So you can literally enjoy an entire chocolate bar for 180 calories. They are very high in fiber. So if you have a very sensitive GI system, if you're sensitive to fiber, that might be something you want to be aware of. Each bar has 17 grams of fiber, so that's a lot. So definitely be mindful if that's you, but this is a really, really solid snack if you are craving chocolate, if you love chocolate like I do, and you need something sweet at the end of the night. Usually I'll just have like 1 row of it, and 1 row is only 30 calories. So It gives me something sweet, something to look forward to. I've even like put it in some hot oats and let it melt before. Highly recommend. You can also order it too. It's definitely worth ordering. Definitely check out Gatsby chocolate. Okay, so the moment you've been waiting for, the fun stuff. Vegan proteins. Okay, I know everybody's probably wondering what proteins I get from Sprouts, so let me show you guys. Of course, I got some firm tofu. I'm not eating a lot of tofu right now. Since my fats are so low in prep, I just don't have a lot of room for it, but I do use my firm tofu to make my seitan buns. So I have shared those in my What I Eat in a Day. They're also in my Meatless Muscle cookbook. So you can order my cookbook, download my cookbook if you would like the recipe. But tofu is a great protein source for vegans. It is a complete protein source. It's also very well tolerated if you have a sensitive GI system. I practically lived off this stuff when I had SIBO and IBS. Like, tofu was my main source of protein. So very easy on your gut. It has so many nutrients. It's rich in calcium and phosphorus. Absolutely love tofu. Tofu is a vegan's bestie. Every vegan's bestie. So another product that I love from Sprouts, I've only been able to find it at Sprouts actually, are these meaty chicken cutlets. So they are pretty much just like chicken. This is the closest thing I've ever found to real chicken. It's kind of crazy. But again, this is a complete source of protein. So you have all 9 essential amino acids. The macros are also amazing. So one fillet is 100 calories, only 1 gram of fat, 8 grams of carbs, and 15 grams of protein. So sometimes I'll even just have this whole pack, and that's 30 grams of protein. Macros are great. It digests super well, complete protein like I mentioned earlier. And the ingredients are mushrooms. So that's all it's made out of. It's made out of mushroom protein and salt. That's it. So they're soy-free, gluten-free. If you have either of those allergies, this would be a good protein source for you. And typically I'll just throw this on a salad. Sometimes I'll have it with rice or some other veggies, but this is another really good protein source. Okay, so one of my favorite protein sources, I know you guys, if you've been following me for a while, you know I love my soy-free tofu by Big Mountain Foods. This stuff is awesome. I don't know why meat eaters and carnivores aren't eating this stuff, because the macros are just insane. You can have this entire pack for about 280 calories-ish, and it's 64 grams of protein. And a lot of you might be asking, what makes it soy-free? It is made out of fava bean isolate. So they extract the protein from fava beans. There's no carbohydrates and there's no fat involved. It's just the protein. And they make this basically block of tofu out of it. It's almost the same consistency as tofu, the same taste as tofu. So however you would make tofu, you could literally make this. So I've made like fries with it in the air fryer. I make tofu scramble with it. I make all sorts of different tofu-esque dish with this soy-free tofu. I've also made like an Alfredo sauce. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Anything that you can do with tofu, you can do with this. So this has been a really big staple for me when I'm in prep because of the low carbohydrate and the low fat content. It just makes for an excellent protein source. It's almost comparable to animal products and how the macros are. So this stuff is great. I've also found it at Publix. So I know Publix and Sprouts both have it. But definitely worth trying. This is a staple for me. I have this at least once a day, most days. And most of you could probably have half a serving, and that would be 32 grams of protein, and that's solid for a meal. It's also non-GMO if you're concerned about that, and the only ingredients are fava beans, water, and sea salt. Pretty awesome. Okay, so lastly, I'm usually not a huge fan of Impossible products. Not that I have anything against them. I certainly think it's better than eating an animal, but there are some Impossible products that aren't great as far as the macros go. Like, they're super high in fat, almost as much as the protein, so it kind of defeats the purpose of using it as a protein. It's more like a fat. But they recently launched this light Impossible ground beef. And this stuff is awesome. The macros are way better. So you can have 4 ounces for 180 calories. It's only 6 grams of fat. and 21 grams of protein. So that's really what you want to look for when you're a woman and you're cutting as a vegan and you're in a big deficit, is you want to look for proteins that are lower in fat and lower in carbs, because that means you can eat more carbs and you can eat more fats rather than using them on your proteins. Because the whole point of being in a deficit, you really want to be able to eat enough food so you don't feel like you're in a deficit. You don't feel like you're starving. You don't feel hungry. And that way you don't have to deviate off your diet or you feel like binging or going crazy. So that is really the key to getting in shape as a vegan. And that's what's worked for me and over 600 of my vegan clients, is keeping the proteins very lean, so very low in fat and very low in carb, so that you can actually use your fats in like avocados and coconut oil, almond butter, or use your carbs in like quinoa, couscous, things like that. I definitely love the light version of the Impossible meat. It's 75% less saturated fat than actually normal animal ground beef. So this is another really good alternative to animal products. It's a lighter version of the regular Impossible beef, and you could do all sorts of stuff with this. So I've put it in soups. You can make it in the crock pot, in the Instant Pot. It's also great in the skillet. You can saute it with peppers and veggies, do all sorts of stuff with this. You can even stuff peppers and squash, things like that with it. Anything that you would do with like ground beef or taco meat, you could do with this. So it's super versatile. Definitely recommend freezing it if you're not going to use it immediately, but this is yet another great vegan protein source. And it is a soy product, so if you are soy free, this may not be a good product for you, but if you do consume soy, this is a complete source of protein. Again, has all 9 essential amino acids, which are very important for building muscle. Okay, so that is my grocery haul from Sprouts. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been a long time since I've done a grocery haul. So definitely like this video if you enjoyed it. Make sure to comment below and let me know, do you like any of these products? Have you tried any of these? I'm curious to know what you think. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks.